everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. The program will begin in exactly 5 minutes, and we'll be right back at exactly 6:05 p.m. So sit back, chill out, and get ready for another very insightful session.
Does your life as an online learner look awfully something like this? All study and no fun makes one a dull one. Escape boredom and burnout while learning a lot and so much more. You don't have to worry about juggling work and school. The balance in academic excellence, work, and fun is now made accessible at your fingertips. Join us as we walk you through the fun part of digital learning as we put the cool in digital school. Here at MMDC, a whole lot of fun awaits you. Activities, opportunities to meet new people, and avenues to showcase your passion, talents, and skills aplenty. Digital, I dig it all. Say goodbye to dozing off during boring and stuffy webinars and say hello to fun and interactive e-events lined up for you. Brace yourselves for quirky challenges that you will experience with your friends and clubmates. We introduce to you our virtual escape rooms. Hunt for clues, solve mysteries, and then some. Digital, I dig it all. Need time off from your computer to stretch a little? We've got that covered too. We have wellness activities to make sure that you stay fit and healthy even with the digital setup. Digital, I dig it all. Digital learning is said to be lonely learning, but fret not, lonely no more. Here at MMDC, you'll never be or feel alone. Go join a club or create one yourself. Share and express your passion, talents, and skills. Digital, I dig it all. From clubs that will help you further improve your communication and social skills, to the ones that place focus on technical skills that will help you solve real-world cases that you will work on, or even a club that simply unleashes you in the we as we grow together as a nurturing and fun, dynamic academic community. Digital, I dig it all. Finally, get a chance to be featured in our school publication. Share about activities, events, and even your own stories in our digital community. Or be part of the proactive school publications team and get to write articles. Together, we'll deliver news and updates and more to our community. The MMDC community. Digital, I dig it all. We've talked digital, but what about face-to-face? MMDC proudly welcomes you to our Learning Hub. Experience firsthand and in person our state-of-the-art facilities that are both conducive for learning and collaboration friendly. Here, you not only solve problems, projects, and cases, but also build and create connections, collaborations, and ideas while having fun. It's all in at the Hub, only at the Learning Hub. The entire digital setup might be intimidating, but worry not. The IA or Integrated Advising Services are here to assist you for anything and everything. Got any questions or queries? We're here to answer you or direct you to the right persons. Got concerns? We're all ears. Troubleshooting? Consider it done. We're just one message away. Sounds exciting? We're excited for you too. We can't wait to be part of your college journey. See you virtually and in our learning hubs.
Once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to What's Next Wednesdays, where we talk about the latest developments in college, business, and technology. I'm Danny, MMDC's Marketing and Partnerships Officer, and as always, I will be your host for the day. So before we begin, here are some house rules for tonight's session. So keep in mind that event will be recorded and it's being published on our Facebook and YouTube pages. At any time during the event, feel free to type your questions in the chat box or the comment section. Or for those of you who are watching on our social media pages, our team will be able to answer you later. And for those of you who are in Zoom, your microphone is automatically muted when you enter the room. But if you want to ask questions during the Q&A segment, click the raise hand button and our moderator will be the one to unmute you. Finally, you can follow us on our social media pages. If you didn't see it earlier, you'll see it on screen now. It's at Mapua Malayan Digital, where you can also watch this live. So anyway, if you were able to join us for our last session of 2022, we had Mr. Noel Torregoza, our Director for Instructional System Design, as he talked about the realities of the projects, problems, and cases model. Now that we're officially in 2023, what better way to start than to have another member of the ISD team with us? So here to talk about staying ahead in the real world through information technology, please welcome our instructional system designer, Mr. Levi Miscala.
Hello. Magandang
Hello!
gabi
Magandang
sa'yo,
gabi,
Danny.
Levi.
Maraming salamat sa imbitasyon. Wow.
Yes. Thank you for joining us, Levi. Alam ko minsan ka na lang nandito eh. So, lubos-lubosin na natin to. And I'm really
Actually.
happy to have you on our live podcast. Honestly, parang it seems that the ISD team has been so busy cooking up new learning opportunities for our students. So it's always great to have one of you come and join us in the spotlight.
Yeah, oo, no, kasi yun nga, ang ISD team palaging nandun siya sa likod ng
Yes.
mga bagay-bagay sa likod ng camera. So nakakatuwa din naman yung opportunity na to na makapag-usap, makapag-chikahan with you. Ikaw, kumusta
Yeah.
ka? Kumusta
I'm
naman ang
doing fine. Doing fine. Marketing and admissions is enjoying the job naman. The work has been
Mm.
so fruitful and fulfilling. And how are you? How has it been working behind the scenes?
Super happy working with, of course. Shout out guys kung nanonood kayo sa live na to. Yeah, I'm really happy working with the instructional systems design team. Basically all the thinkers and just amazing how rich the idea is, pagdating kapag nagko-collaborate kami together. So really happy working with them.
All right, definitely, Levi. And I know you mentioned the ISB team and how you're all a group of thinkers with rich ideas, but I feel like we need to get to know you more, right? So, can you tell us more about your role as an instructional system design professional?
Oh, sure. Ang ISD team, no, ang ISD na word, parang masyado siyang complicated. Parang instructional systems design. Parang ang daming nangyayari sa title. Pero overall, we really design the overall learning experiences of a subject or a course, no. And we determine the appropriate milestones and even the specific activities on how our students can complete the course. And then we also make sure that these learning experiences are relevant and meaningful for the learners. So hindi lang siya basta-basta tayo nagde-design ng course, but we really wanted to make it relevant and intentional for their learning, no.
Yeah.
Sige, go. Yeah, you were about to say something.
Yeah, I was just gonna say na we know a lot more about you because of that. And if there are any students out there watching tonight, so if nahihirapan kayo sa milestones niyo, isa po siya sa mga taong may kasalanan.
Kaya kami, actually, no, parang yun din yung naiisip ko. Maganda na rin na nasa behind the scenes kami kasi pag nahirapan yung mga estudyante, sino gumawa ng course na to? Hanapin ko nga. Ibabash ko
And it's you. It's Levi. So tandaan niyo yung pangalan na Levi Miscala.
Ano na lang po, kami as an ISD team. Wag lang po ako, ang tandaan nyo, Noel Torregoza, Marian Serafica, yun po.
Yes, definitely. But all right, Levi, let's dig right into our first order of business kasi medyo short din tayo sa time, especially since you're so busy preparing the milestones. But this evening is actually dedicated to finding out more about our IT program and how it will help our students in the real world. So, since Levi is part of the ISD team, he's one of the people that can best help us discuss this and I guess help others appreciate how we're preparing our information technology students talaga. So, our first question for you, Levi, is how does MMDC IT program differ from others that are being offered in the education
No,
landscape now?
yeah, this is a very interesting first question. Wow. Thank you for that wonderful question. But MMDC IT program actually blends in certain requirements, no, coming from the
Mhm,
academe,
mhm,
from the CHED, from governing bodies, and
mhm,
also most especially from the industry.
mhm,
So by identifying industry requirements in
mhm,
the curriculum design process, we can move from a knowledge-based curriculum to a competency-based curriculum, which we hope we hope that this will help the learners to set themselves apart after after graduation. Um the so for example, common example lang nito, I'm not sure anong course mo, Dani, nung college ka?
BA ako eh.
Administration, no?
Yes, yes,
So parang
administration.
when we say kasi knowledge-based curriculum, it's more
Mhm,
focused on, ito yung kailangan nating i-memorize, or these are the
mhm,
theories that we need to be expert, no, about. But while we value all these knowledge, we need to push it further and use all these knowledge to for them to become more skillful and competent in the real world. Talagang kung ano yung competency sa real world, like project management, communications, critical thinking, those are folded in sa curriculum design process. So I think
mhm.
that alone is already something that MMDC students, no, na nagsaset
Yes.
apart sila doon sa ano niya.
Yeah, and it's technically it's a little bit different from others in that sense, right? That it's
Mm,
really meant to prepare them for the future. So talking about IT, we're offering it as one of our banner programs here at
mhm.
MMDC. So there are three specializations available, and these are data analytics,
Yep.
network and cybersecurity, and software development, of course. So can you tell us more about each major? Maybe mga 2 to 3 sentences, something short lang about each major.
Anak ko, hindi 2 to 3
Mhm.
sentences yung na-prepare ko lang yan. Hindi, joke lang.
It's
Medyo mahaba ito, parang
Mhm.
10 minutes
5 hours. Char.
5 hours.
It's okay.
Hindi. Sige. Himay-himayin muna natin siguro. I'll do my best to
Mhm.
comprehensively answer the question, no. So,
Mhm.
simulan mo tayo siguro, number one, software development. So, it's really created with the idea of flexibility and change in mind. So as we know that there are a lot of programming languages available, and more are created to promote efficiency and address changes in the technology landscape. However, MMDC software development specialization is for learners who are interested in the logic and problem solving that goes beyond developing mobile, desktop, and web applications,
Yeah.
while also using the most popular programming languages. So
Mhm.
heavy to sa of course, really development of software.
So
Um,
coding, mga
Coding, yeah, oo.
C sharp, ganon siya.
Exactly. And even like applications, no, web
Mhm.
applications and desktop applications.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
so right now, the second one would be network and cybersecurity. We often
Mhm.
hear news and read all these new viruses. Mga ganun. Hindi lang, 'di ba,
Yes.
hindi lang pandemic ang nauuso ngayon. Virus
Yes.
sa computer. At mga
Definitely.
corrupt personal equipments ng mga
Yes.
companies na nahahack.
Mhm.
So, ito si network and cybersecurity.
Mhm.
Sila yung nagsa-specialize na mag-meet ng standards ng industry and to keep the company's assets and consumer privacy secured. So,
Mhm.
as more sectors actually move to a highly digital world, marami ding threats. Yun yung malungkot.
Mhm. Yes.
So the MMDC's network and cybersecurity major actually addresses that. They're
Mhm.
actually equipped to assess risk, even design effective networks, and
Mhm.
enhance and even apply security protocols. So there, that's the network and
Ito yung
cybersecurity. And
sabi
the
ko.
third one would be data analytics. I think this one is very also fairly new program, no, offered all over the world. But since data talaga right now is the lifeblood of any industry, right?
Yeah,
Even
oo.
marketing, tama ba Dani? Gumagamit din kayong data, right?
Yeah, of course. Oh, especially
Mm.
in marketing nowadays, it's really vital to know your numbers talaga.
Totoo. Totoo.
Mm.
So itong data analytics, yun, we really believe that data is the lifeblood of any industry. So companies know if they will succeed again, and if they don't understand their customers, and data provides that understanding to the businesses. So the more
Mhm.
businesses understand their why, their how, and where people transact,
Mhm.
the better they can improve their services and influence their
Mhm.
customer choices. So
Mm.
this specialization is meant for learners to be interested sa pag-analyze and
Mhm.
interpret ng different data types, so that
Mhm.
it can be this process will aid their decision making
Mhm.
process in the future. Parang ganun.
All right. So let me just to see if I got this. So software
May quiz
development
tayo.
is may guess tayo. For software development, it's more of processing or creating apps, right? Mobile applications, web development. And then our network and cybersecurity major focuses more on, well, protecting all of the
Mm-mm,
systems,
mm-mm.
may they be online and offline. So against hackers, against viruses and all that. And then our data analytics major focuses more on the numbers. So they're the people that work behind the scenes for all of these tech companies, for all companies across different industries. So that they're the ones that give all of the numbers that they process electronically through whatever applications or software that might be. Right? Right? Did I get that
Yes,
right?
ang galing
Yes.
naman. Wait lang, wala bang clap emoji na maglalabas sa live natin?
Walang lalabas.
Sana may
So tayo
ganun
na
eh.
lang mag-clap.
Tayo na lang,
Yeah.
tayo na lang.
Tayo na lang mag-clap.
Oo,
Yes.
very good, very good.
Perfect. So, so Levi, our IT program is offered fully online. So while it does require skills that are applied in the real world, we're able to do this in MMDC. We're able to give them the hands-on learning experience that our students need. So how
Mhm.
do we ensure that these remain accessible and effective?
To maintain this flexibility, we partner and will continuously look for partners, no, who provide specific products that will meet our learners' needs. This can range from sandboxes to simulations that will allow our learners to work in real life or real world environments.
Oh, that's very
Mm.
interesting. So,
Mm-mm.
parang kahit online lang sila, kahit nagla-laptop lang sila sa bahay nila, they'll be immersed in all of these situations,
Yeah.
in
Mm.
these, let's say, real world experiences na. So, in line with the IT program, we've been getting questions about the curriculum, about relevant courses that are included in it. So, how up to date is our curriculum? Knowing that we're looking for all of this new technology, we're making it
Mm.
happen fully online. So, how is it up to date relative to the demands of the modern tech
Yeah.
workplace, modern technology workplace?
True, true. To bridge your statement a while ago, no. It's very important that we recognize that it's online, but a lot of people when they hear the word online, parang allergic sila doon, 'di ba? Na parang "Ala, online lang, 'di ba? Para there's always that lang na ano talaga magde-describe
Yeah,
sa online learning. However,
yeah.
talaga it's not about hindi lang natin ano no ini-ensure na yung learning opportunities accessible sila, but we are also trying to partner to answer your question to partner with also industry experts. We also have
Mm-hmm.
actually industry experts and
Mm-hmm.
those who are working in the field, these working in the fields we offer. So
Mm-hmm.
these people actually serve as our consultants sa curriculum
Mm-hmm.
development process, na nagki-keep din sila ng information, nagbibigay sila ng information sa atin to keep our curriculum updated. So we also looking for updates published by CHED, um because they also have guidelines, and other organizations like Association for Computing Machinery or ACM, and insights available coming from job websites like LinkedIn. So we make sure that that the curriculum process is also iterative, no, na hindi lang kung ano yung hindi lang natin kino-consider kung ano yung meron this year, but we also consider kung anong meron pa next year na naman na bagong trend, and we constantly update that.
All right. Okay. So, seeing as we're updating the curriculum, di ba? And then tech is such a vast environment. Everything is changing so quickly. More developments are coming into play as time passes over the years. Actually, nga within the span of 1 year, so many things can change. But
Mm-mm.
would you be able to tell us what core programming languages we're teaching our students and how these are used? Like, is there a difference to each one? Is there a reason why we're teaching them different ones?
That's nice. This is a good question, no. One thing to note is that in the IT program, we want our learners to learn the logic behind what they're building. That's very important. Like the logic behind what they're building so that they can be more flexible in the future, regardless of what programming language they will end up using.
Mm-hmm.
So this is very very nice kasi para we teach them we teach them the logic talaga na so that parang in the future na may panibagong mag-emerge na naman na language or probably ibang language requirement,
Mm-hmm.
that skill remains. So to practice
Mm-hmm.
this, the learners will use languages such as Java,
Mm-hmm.
Python for software and application development. We also have Python, JavaScript, and Ruby that will be used for
Mm-hmm.
security script programming,
Mm-hmm.
along with ethical hacking and forensic tools. O, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
Super saucy pakinggan nung ethical hacking and
Ethical hacking.
forensic tools. So, and of course, as industry requirements changes,
Mm-hmm.
these programming language will also, of course, also change.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And in line with my previous question, right? So I remember I got an inquiry once about Cisco, and it's something that's modern. I looked into it, searched it up on Google because obviously, as a BA major, as a BA graduate, I don't even know what Cisco is, right?
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
more of a tech related thing. But I was really happy to find out that we do offer it at MMDC, although it's relatively new as opposed to some other aspects of tech. So, can you tell me more about this and how it's relevant to our students? How
Yeah,
up
sure.
to date this is?
Yeah, sure. Cisco is actually one of the leading companies that manufacture and sell networking products. So it's also an industry leader in setting computer network and cybersecurity standards. So we incorporated 4 CCNA modules in our
Mhm.
network and cybersecurity program to give our learners the right skills when working on different networking jobs.
Mm.
So this will also prepare them for even for future certifications that they would want to take or wish to take.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. So that's so interesting, no? So it just goes to show na we're really adapting to what's needed by the industry right
Yep.
now.
Mm-mm.
But since we're adapting and since we're a fully online digital first college, how do we ensure that our students are prepared for the real world?
Hmm. The short answer is by providing the right skills. So
Mhm.
we do this by making sure they spend time doing relevant tasks and improve their capabilities for these tasks through regular guidance and mentoring. So this is a very important piece na meron talaga silang regular guidance and mentoring. The learners also accomplish tasks through projects, problems, and cases, or what we call here PPC model. So
Mhm.
in the PPC model, aside from improving the relevant skills in their chosen specialization, the learners improve their 21st century skills also required by the
Mhm.
employers. So which includes problem solving, information literacy,
Mhm.
communications, presentation skills, etc.
Mhm.
So yun. We're really setting them up to adapt and to actually be ready sa real world natin.
And to me, like the thought of that, of preparing them for the real world is actually so I guess the proper word would be um it's so impactful,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like in the sense that not everybody has the luxury of doing that. Some do graduate that they still have a certain hesitancy when it comes to speaking up, when it comes
Yeah,
to
that's true.
talking to people, right? I mean, personally, this was one of the things that I had to work on when I started working. I don't know.
Hmm.
For you, Balavi, ganun din. Na
Oo, 'di
parang,
ba? Totoo, parang sabi ko nga eh, parang yung information literacy, for example,
Mhm,
parang this skill was it taught when I was undergrad, parang
mhm,
nangangapa ka pa rin palagi. Like when you
mhm,
go outside school, like we our professors would say that, oh, that's not gonna be rainbows and all, hindi
mhm,
ka dapat maging idealistic.
yeah,
But hindi natin pala talaga, pag nandun na pala talaga tayo, as
mhm,
in mangangapa pala talaga ikaw. Um,
yeah,
and it's hard to navigate
mhm,
to a new environment and adapt as a learner to this new
yeah,
environment,
mhm.
especially if it wasn't introduced to us.
Yeah, especially when you have like the mindset that you're going to start this job that you feel you're prepared for, and then suddenly so many things come onto your like your workload that you're not
Mm,
familiar with. And kahit na when you graduate and start processing like the government IDs, all of the requirements
true.
that usually your employer would ask you for. So it's also really fun, but at the same time, it's also daunting on us, right?
Oo,
So it's
totoo.
oo.
Anong year ka ba graduate? Magkaalaman tayo ng HR.
Um, 2019.
2019. Wow, ang bata mo pa pala. Grabe.
Yes, young pa po ako.
2015 kasi ako. So parang ang meron tinatawag before na outcomes-based education.
Yeah,
It's very
oo.
good, no? Para ayaw ko na
Oo.
introduce din yan sa inyo, no?
Yes, oo. Yeah.
Mm, mm. So the outcomes-based education is actually good.
Mhm.
It has its value talaga, and like the
Yeah.
intention is really there.
Yeah.
Pero yun nga, para ang saya ng ginagawa ng MMDC kasi
Mhm.
we're taking that um we're taking the OBE into this
Yeah.
new
Mhm.
form, like the
Yeah.
PPE model.
Like
So
it's a
parang
more built model, kumbaga. It's a
mm,
more
mm,
prepared model na there are specific building blocks talaga to it.
yeah. And ang swerte ngayon kasi yung mga students natin ngayon, meron silang mentorship na
Yeah.
natatanggap. Like
Mhm.
the idea is that while they're building their problems, it's either problem or solving it's either
Mhm.
projects or they're solving a problem or even reading
Mhm.
a case, and
Mhm.
providing a position paper with that. Parang ang
Yeah.
ganda kasi meron akong matatawag na mentor na magsasabi sa
Mhm.
akin na, oh, hindi yan maganda, hindi yan ano. And
Yeah.
that's how, 'di ba? That's how we work in right now. Like sabihin
Yeah.
sa akin ni Noel, ang pangit ng ginawa mo. Hindi, joke lang. Noel, kung nanonood ka. Or
Noel, if you're watching.
yung ganon. So
Oo.
it's really important, and that
Mhm.
they're getting used to this kind of setup kasi ito talaga yung magagamit nila sa
Mhm.
real world.
Yeah, and I feel like it's also preparing them for the work environment where that's the reality of it all. If there's something that doesn't want or isn't ideally done, ipapagawa ulit sa
Yeah, that's
kanila.
true. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. Yung
Oo.
pero sobrang ang ganda ng process. Hindi katulad
Mhm.
nung before. Although may value naman yun, no? Yung natatakot kang
Mhm.
magkamali.
Yes.
But
Oo.
diba, but this time around, even though you make mistakes and commit mistakes, your teacher would say you, okay, you try it again, and then you
Mhm.
learn from it, no? Dun sa ano,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
get feedback galing sa mentor.
Yeah.
It's
And there's
really nice.
definitely value in feedback, right? I mean,
Mhm.
it's better than like just getting your score back na, okay, 87 ka out of 100. And then di mo
That's
alam bakit
true.
87 ka,
Diba?
right?
Yung parang sa essay mo, pag ang dami mong binuhos sa essay mo, tapos kahit na mataas yung marka mo,
Yeah.
hindi mo sure kung bakit mataas yung marka mo.
Yeah.
Hindi mo parang hala, bakit mataas yung grade ko dito? Wow, ang yabang mo
Yeah.
pang gano'n, no? Pero kapag
Yeah.
kung mababa din yung grade mo or nakuha mong grade, parang you still don't know like ano ba talagang standard
Oo.
kasi nga you weren't able to hear immediate feedback from your mentor. At least
Yeah,
this
that's
time
true.
around, Kaya sabi ko, siguro kung nag-exist tong gatong model nung kapanahunan, nung mga
Kapanahunan.
nung 2011, I would probably just really enroll talaga sa gantong klaseng model. I mean, it's nice to have
Oh.
what we call mentor. Ikaw ba, Dan, mag-enroll ka ba?
Yeah, honestly, I would prefer to like enroll in a school where I'm guided na hindi lang once a month na guidance, 'di ba? It's a weekly
Mm,
thing. So it's really nice to get that opportunity na your teachers really allot time for you to hear
so,
out your concerns about school. So that's something that's very unique to MMDC. And speaking of unique to MMDC, we actually have a mix of traditional learners and working students, right, in our community.
mm.
And it seems that the model is really working for both types of learners. So
Yep.
they're really adjusting to the PPC model. So my question is, how is this inclusivity possible? Paano natin na work to at MMDC?
We always, the ISD always consider flexible scheduling talaga in terms of the between the working students and also the students working full time. So it's always part of the design that if they want, for example, a working student would want to solve this specific scenario or case na siya lang mag-isa dahil hindi niya kayang makipag-meet sa group mates niya, no. That's the way para ang mga estudyante natin um magkaroon ng opportunity talaga na magawa yung task nila even though they're independent. And not
Mhm.
just that, no, we also provide a lot of learning materials and even just really had this support system na of course nandiyan ang IA na nagsusuporta din sa mga estudyante natin. But yeah,
Mhm.
we really make sure that our design addresses those who are working students but
Mhm.
maximize pa rin yung learning nila and those who
Mhm.
are full-time students. So, merong
Mhm.
mga options, for example, sa group activity, for example, sa microeconomics, there would be some instances where, do you want to work this alone because
Mhm.
your schedule cannot accommodate other people, or do you want
Yes.
to work with a group?
Mhm.
So, ganun.
So it gives them the chance to like choose how they work best.
How they work
Kumbaga.
best and 'di ba parang ikaw
Mhm.
din how you learn best din na parang
Yes.
okay,
Mhm.
of course there are issues about level of effort, yung 'di ba pag
Mm.
mga
Mhm.
pag mga group
Work.
activities of
Yes.
work na
Oh.
parang may isa taga-dala ng pansit canton, may isa
Yes.
taga
May
photocopy.
may isa taga-provide ng bahay,
Mm.
taga-provide ng monthly
Yeah.
fare, ganun.
Yeah, totoo.
Yeah.
But this time around, we help the students and guide
Mhm.
them through the help of their mentor
Mhm.
na yung collaboration nila ay maayos at pare-parehas
Mhm.
ng pantay-pantay at nag-exchange na ng ideas. And so far, I guess it's working, no? The
Mhm.
mentors are actually and kudos to the mentors
Mhm.
are actually encouraging yun nga, students for them to collaborate better.
Yeah, and parang nakikita ko din na parang at least dito sa Learning Hub ha. I mean, since pumupunta ako dito parati, parati ko ding nakikita na yung, for example, si person A, before, iba barkada niya. Tas ngayon, barkada niya is new na ulit. Kasama niya na si person
Oo.
B, si person C. And then, sometimes, different groups also join together in one table, talking, na
Yeah.
parang magkasama talaga sila. So parang, it shows now they get to interact with us in even in the online setup na kahit na iba yung group mates nila, kahit na iba yung, for example, mga ka-city nila or yung
Yeah.
malapit sa kanila, yung mga barkada nila are from cities na 5 hours away or
Yeah.
4 hours away
Right.
from them. So it really shows na it's helping them build their network also in preparation for the future, of course.
That's
So,
true.
it
That's
shows
true.
na super possible talaga yung socialization even in online learning. And it's really easily implemented through the PPCs because they choose to go about their work, diba?
That's true. That's true. Yun nga
So, in connection to that then, Levi, I want to ask, how important is it to build social and communication skills? in preparation for the real world?
Social and communication skills, ito yung, hindi ko sure kung yung internet ko okay ba. Ayan, okay na.
Ayan siya.
Yung social and communication skills, ito yung mga baon natin, no? Na pag-graduate natin na minsan we mistakenly or like, nung college tayo yung English subjects natin or pinapaano lang natin siya, parang pinapalagpas lang natin siya. Yung the MMDC tries to maximize the social and communication skills yun nga, through our learning hub. It's very important kasi nga pagdating sa real world, ang kasangga natin yung office mates natin. Like when they graduate, for sure maraming mga pagkakataon na hindi nila alam kung ano yung dapat gawin sa isang sistema or isang task. And we need, of course, our peers, our colleagues to guide us. So I guess being able to actually connect with them and even communicate what you need and even your ideas, these are very important, especially if new graduate ka.
Yeah, I do think that it's super vital kasi when you graduate, there's no assurance na mapapasok ka sa company na kasama mo best friend mo
That's
or
true,
kasama
no?
mo classmates mo, right? So, looking back on like my first job, everybody around me was much older than me, much more experienced than me. So, it was difficult for me to sort of fit into that dynamic as somebody na first-time employee. Ganon.
Yeah, that's true. Yun nga yung maganda sa ginagawa sa MMDC eh. Parang they are exposed to different people. Kasi, 'di ba, kung ako estudyante, okay, ang classmates ko sa subject na to, ito yung kailangan naming gawin. So pupunta kaming learning hub to solve this. And then sa isang subject naman, ito naman yung mga classmates ko. At ito naman yung kailangan naming trabaho. And these experiences are very useful sa real world because we work with different people, especially you. I mean, you're a partnership and marketing officer. You're probably out there somewhere, building partners with a lot of people, right? Working together with.
Definitely. And parang, what's interesting, since we were talking about it earlier, is that our traditional students, our fresh graduates from senior high school, they seem to gel really well with our working students. They're a bit more mature in terms of their learnings, in terms of their experiences, but they're really learning to interact more, diba? Which is something that's super important when you start working.
Parang yung ganun din, no? So last bit na lang ito. It's also like communication and even socialization is not just about you being able to communicate well, but also you being able to actually work well with other people. And like disregard natin yung age. Kahit I mean, parang kahit na itong taong to mas matanda sa akin, I can communicate well, respectfully sa taong to. So,
yeah, definitely. And I guess it's also the beauty of our model na ganun siya. It makes connections. I guess, Levi, our last question for the night is actually something that's totally unrelated, but it personally piques my curiosity. And I think that it will help our viewers better appreciate the PPC model beyond the socialization, beyond the flexibility of learning. But how can one effectively use the PPC model in order to succeed in their careers after graduation?
By the time our learners graduate, so they should fully adapt at this skills enabled by the PPC model, no? So by being able to communicate their thoughts better, by becoming better at problem solving, locating information that they need efficiently and effectively, and even perform tasks that will be expected of them competently. So among others, they are already set themselves to succeed in whatever industry they will end up in. So yun, the PPC model is we believe talaga, malaking paniniwala natin dito that it works because right now
Mhm.
there are evidences with our students, no. I'm really surprised na as an ISD person, like you're trying to imagine na, oh, kaya ba talaga to gawin ng estudyante? Like, when we
Mhm.
design courses, ang mga ginagawa ng mga estudyante, data reports, even using math, yung mga gano'n, yung parang, oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
oo.
ginagawa na to natin
Oo.
kung nagtatrabaho na tayo. Like yung, looking at data, using math to analyze the data, or even for information literacy, looking at all these resources, trying to weave together information and presenting it, doing project management, and even um doing projects, and building their project management skills. Sobrang importante siya, and these are the things set that already set themselves, that to succeed in whatever industry they will end up in. So
Yeah, I do agree with that. And I feel like with the PPC model, again, I also told Noel this, but the disclaimer is that the PPC model won't work for you if you don't apply yourself in what you're doing, in the milestones that you're doing, in
yeah,
succeeding in your tasks, right? So that's an important thing that people have to remember, that in order for you to succeed with the PPC model that we're using, you also have to make sure that you're doing your part, that you're not just waiting for your grade or passing in like work that's not your best, or work that doesn't fit the requirements of the output, right?
that's the
So,
totoo. That's the
mm,
beauty about the PPC model. It doesn't just empower our learners to study, but it also empowers them to be responsible with their own learning.
mhm.
And that's very important kasi nga we believe in lifelong learning. Oh, wow. Yung mga gano'n, yung parang kailangan sila din mismo yung mismong mag-take ng responsibility and accountability kung paano sila matututo. Kasi our mentors will really grade them according to what they pass.
Yeah.
So yun,
Mhm.
I guess
And I
it
think,
go
yeah,
ahead, sorry.
sorry. Sige, I guess it's also because with the PPC model, it also builds your character as a working professional, right? That you
True.
have to be out there. You have to put yourself out there, let yourself learn from your mistakes. And I guess with the our experiences in the past, back when PPC and outcome-based learning wasn't really a thing, we really couldn't change our outputs once we submitted them, right?
That's true.
So it's a big difference compared to what we used to do. And that's really something nice about the PPC model that we have.
Mm-hmm.
But Levi, I really feel like we've had so many fruitful insights. But I think that's all the time we have for this episode, sadly. We're really happy
Oh,
though.
gusto ko ba sana magchikahan? Hindi, joke lang.
Sige, invite kita ulit next month. Gusto mo ba?
Maraming
But
maraming salamat,
thank
Dani.
you.
Maraming
Thank
maraming
you so
salamat sa
much. Thank you
usapan.
so much, Levi. I'm sure madaming natutunan yung mga viewers natin sa mga pinagsasabi natin dito
Shout
sa
out
mga
po.
shout out po sa viewers natin. Thank you so much
Comment
for
down below.
joining us. Comment down below, ganon. Dapat ganon yung energy natin. But
Salamat.
yeah, yeah, thank you so much, Levi, for gracing us with your time, your wisdom, and of course, the clarity that we needed regarding the PPC model. We're super confident that our viewers have been able to gain so much insight from the discussion. And thank you also everyone for tuning into What's Next Wednesdays, MMDC's official live podcast. So if anybody out there wants to learn more about our IT courses, about the programming languages, about our offerings, even in business administration, please send us an email at admissions@mmbc.mcl.edu.ph or visit us at www.mmbc.mcl.edu.ph for more information. So it's actually time for us to pop out of our podcast and bid you all goodbye. So we hope to see you soon, and we can't wait till our next Wednesday. Thank you, everyone, and have a good evening.